You take that bitch of a bearing wall out and put a window where a window should have been. Who said that? Like and subscribe. And in the comments, tell me that magic line from a deceased movie star that had a little girl. Well, she didn't have her. She adopted her. What was her name? What was the little girl's name? I can't believe I don't remember. Okay, back to the show. So something happened last night. I woke up. I couldn't go back to sleep. This was at 2 o'clock in the morning, right? So I stayed up for a couple of hours. I remember I went back to sleep around 4. And I had a hard time going back to sleep. And then I had this dream. And it was like I was in an alternate version of McAllister. I want to say I think I was waiting for an Uber or a Lyft car to come and get me or something. But what was bizarre, it was like a different version of McAllister where all the buildings were different. The medical center was all built up with huge buildings, and it was like McAllister was 10 times the size it was. And then I found myself at a convenience store, and there was a Motel 6 nearby. It was so real. And then I was talking to somebody, this older man, and there was this young woman there. And it all seemed so real. But when you're having these kind of dreams, or was it a dream? Was I in an alternate reality? You know, I told you about what happened with that show that I've been watching, Killing Eve. It's gone. It's gone. Maybe on Tubi the time came up where they couldn't show it anymore. That's actually possible. But these glitches in reality I think they're getting more profound. They're happening all the time, I think. I even see stuff on the shows I watch. So I don't know what happened. Do you want to see what I'm making for dinner? Don't you love how I switched the subject like that? Let's go see what I'm making. Let's see what's cooking at the kettle. I'm almost done with that, by the way. You know how I like to work on my colors. I got to work on my colors. Oh, I didn't show you. Did I show you this man? This entity? Look at that. Is that just not wicked? I drew this like 10 years ago or more. I don't know. I think he's guarding. He's guarding me. He's an interdimensional that's guarding me. So I made this yesterday. This is, why don't you turn that down? Let's just turn it off. Let's turn it off. That is my barbecue. I'm going to have barbecue sandwiches. I'm going to have green beans. And then I'm going to have, girl, I'm going to break all the rules and have the potato wedges. I don't know. But that dream really freaked me out. Look the light. Come to the light, Carol Ann. Let's go back here. I don't like the light. I'm like, the lady that lives upstairs. She doesn't like the light either. She has problems. She has issues in the light. Let's set this up. I'm not a good YouTuber moving this around. Okay, is it gonna stand? Let me have a little sip of coffee. But getting back to that dream, it was so bizarre and strange. And like I said, could it be another version of McAllister? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. There was stuff going on there, and I found out Um, there's all this catacombs underneath McAllister where they mined, and a lot of people, were unalived in that area. I don't know. Tell me if you've ever been to McAllister, Oklahoma. I know there is a hospital there. That's the hospital they took me. Remember I told you that story about when I had the stroke. I was at work at Bath and Body Works, and they took me to that regional hospital. Yeah, I did tell you all about that. And they had all the COVID patients. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that word. The C word, the C virus. And they had me there with all on the same floor, and it's like, what sense did that make? But getting back to McAllister, I remember I lived in that little house downtown, near downtown. It was actually really cute. Too bad it was possessed by a demon. No, I don't think it really was. But I was so screwed up at the time. I just asked my sister, poor Laurie, I don't see how she dealt with that. I really don't. I owe her big. Like I said, if it wasn't for her, I would still probably be in that sad nursing home in McAllister. That's where that place was, Heritage Hell. And those poor people are still there. There's nothing I can do about it. If I could win the lottery, I would buy the place. And what the hell is that? Was that a pubic hair? Okay, this is going to be short, so I'm cooking my dinner in Santa Fe. So keep your wigs on straight, and let's see, let me think of something. And don't throw anyone under the bus unless somehow you magically transport to an alternate version of McAllister, Oklahoma. Bye-bye.